Okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, dry brush and leaves around, so, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bench. Gets slow up there. Here comes Knight in the next one. See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait. Oh, the baby is out of the field. He's going to go into the end zone. Looking, going in the end zone.
You're tuned into Game On with Josh Silverberg. Talking all things sports. It's
Game on! Yeah, game on!
Game On, right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Happy Thursday to all of you here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Josh Silverberg. This is Game On, joining you every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you can check us out on worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Of course, I've been Mouth have TikTok and so much more. I think I have to exit out some of these links. This is what 100% is what's lagging this thing, right, Speedy?
Yeah, that would be smart.
Yeah, I should have done. I wasn't paying attention before, and everything was happening. And but let me see if this does it. Okay, we're doing a little pre fixing upping, as they
So
say.
the rumor,
Eric
the
will
rumor
not be on with us tonight. What'd you say?
The rumorville got quadrupled in your internet browser.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, either way, Eric will not be joining us tonight. He has an assignment he had to do, so he would join us next week. But Speedy is going to be on with us. Speedy, if you like to share and show yourself, everything like that. What's going on, man?
Doing well, man. Just enjoying the last couple days of the summer. Got to actually last weekend see Rob Thomas in concert with my family, which was very cool.
That's cool. Oh
Yep.
Man,
it was actually at a venue where there was a baseball team, Bridgeport Bluefish, that used to play like for a half hour from where I grew up, and it was actually the same conference as the Long Island Ducks at the time before they had to fold a couple of years ago. But so they turned it in. Nice place though. It was cool.
Well, I was always a huge Matchbox 20 fan growing up, so my wife tried to get tickets for me. When were they on tour? Last year, I think it was, and it was so expensive. It was like outrageous at Jones Beach. It was like $200 just to get into the building, and I was like, "That's crazy." No, that's not happening. But and again, you could be worse. I thought things would change from a week ago with the New York Mets, but clearly things have not. We will just say David Stearns had a not great offseason and an even worse trade deadline. We will stick that one out and go from there. But 631-672-3108 is the phone number to call. We will do our best to be able to get you to hear us and what we are saying. And is it better now? Is my lagging better?
Slightly, but it's still not great.
I'm trying. All right, it's starting to get synced in. I think we're starting to click here. I think. All right, lots to get into. Of course, we'll get into a little bit of the we'll get into the baseball. We'll discuss that a little bit. We'll get to a little bit of the NFL. I have a question to propose. I don't know if Speedy has discussed it on Jabba in the Mouth, but the question is going to be, which hold-in is worse? Is it Trey Hendrickson, Terry McLaurin, or Micah Parsons? Which one will hurt their team more? We will discuss that a little bit later in the show. But of course, we begin a couple of things that happened this week in the leadoff spot. The University of Michigan getting the hammer down on them. Okay. Head coach suspended, 3 games per se. And basically Jim Harbaugh left tail between his legs and said, nah. Won a national championship. I'm out. See you later. You don't have to deal with me anymore. But people are going to look back, like USC fans are going to look at this and say, oh, wait a second. How come, in my opinion, and everything. Speedy, I want you to talk. I'm going to log out and log back in because people are coming to me and saying that this is it. It's just get to the University of Michigan stuff. I'm going to log out and log back in.
All right, yeah. So I'll provide the backstory of the punishment of it. So $35 million was lost in the program, and they will have a recruiting ban, where they won't be able to scout out recruits, and for 14 weeks after the recruiting process, the signing day process starts, they also have a reduction in scheduled visits with pending football prospects as well, that they will not be able to have, I think, 35% of, less than all their other Power 4 conference teams. Sherrone Moore, like Josh was alluding to, is suspended for 3 games. There is no postseason ban, though, for Michigan, or bowl game, but Sherrone Moore will get 3 games. So I was just laying out all the punishments, basically.
You were laying down the law, is what you were doing, Speedy.
Well, if it was my choice,
we're trying to work with what we have here. Again, I'm remote, so we're trying to work within the system, as they say.
Don't worry. In the minute you were out, Snug already had a bunch of comments wanting your father to be on.
Let me tell you something. The guy, he comes and goes when he pleases. And then when he does come, this is what it's about. But anyway, USC fans, a lot of them have been complaining and saying, well, how come they don't get a ban from the playoff or anything of that nature? And why is this thing? Because here's the reality. The reality is the NCAA doesn't want Michigan out of the playoff because they bring ratings, right? Money draw. This is what it's all about now. It's all about money, here, there, and everywhere. And this is the issue now with the way everything is. So what was the worst thing they got? The coach got 3 games.
So this is the one that I think is the worst, is that they have a 14-week period where they can't even scout and recruit, stuff like that, it's delay in the whole national signing process. And there's also they're reduced to, I forget the number, but they're reduced a lot of actual official visits they could have as well. 35 million was the total amount. And then the 3 games was the only thing for the ban, but you're right. They're not banned from the playoffs or bowl games.
Well, like I said, now, do you agree with the fact that with the way Michigan is, because I got to tell you, the fans have been torturous throughout this entire process. They've become annoying, rambling. No offense, Carl. You're not one of them. Just wanted to side note on that one. Do you find it that with the way everything has been portrayed and everything has been done, this was a harsh enough penalty for these guys? Or do you think it was, what do you think, Speedy?
So the way I think the recruiting stuff was as harsh as you can get it to be. I think that was, you're going to need that kind of thing, especially in the NIL era. I think this is a problem I've always had with other college sports too. They don't suspend him for the right games, though. If you're going to give him that kind of suspension, make it later in the season, make it against conference play in the Big Ten East is the only thing I probably would have changed. I would have given him more, probably half the season. But if you are going to spend him only 3 games, I would have done it more crucial games than Nebraska and Central Michigan.
I like this. Hold on, I'm gonna put. Hold on.
I see. You're trying to go for Snug's second to last comment.
I'm trying to.
You want me to put it up?
Connect the comment. Yes, sir. And then put the next one. Yes, sir. He's right about that one. In the grand scheme of things, I view it as I think Michigan got now. Listen, it's harsh, but it's not harsh enough. And the thing is, a lot of these kids that enrolled here knew that this was something that could happen. I don't know why it's a shock to a lot of people. To me, that's the part where I'm trying to say to myself and figure out. I don't think the NCAA. I think the NCAA should have banned them from the playoff for a year. That's what I think they should have done. My issue. I agree with Carl, but Snug 100%. Ohio State, Notre Dame, Yankee, and Cowboy fans are the absolute worst. To me, I mean, I can't stand Ohio State. We know that. But the way I view the whole situation is with Michigan, I think they got off pretty good. Now, I think it's interesting. Now, Harbaugh's never going to be allowed back in college again, right? We all know this. Like, he's just never going to be welcome back. That's the issue. But again, a lot of USC fans are again saying, do you think they should be banned from the playoff? Here's the problem, though. When you have, what is it now, a 16-team playoff or whatever it is now, 12?
It was 12 last year. They expanded it to the modified 16 format, I think, starting next year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they can't ban Michigan, Speedy. It's too big of a market. You're not going to... That's the issue. And it's all about money. That's the other problem. USC got, what, a 5-year ban or whatever it was? Mm-hmm. To me, I view it as... And again, I agree with what Snug is saying. I think 1,000%... I think the issue is with, in regards to Harbaugh, he is a god in Michigan because he won them a national championship, right? Like that's the big thing that he did. I just, to me, I view the whole situation as messy. It just doesn't, it doesn't seem right or fair that Michigan only got this. Now, again, it's going to hurt them in the long run, right? With the money and all that stuff and everything of that and having the visits. But they're still going to get the recruits, right, Speedy, because of their name. They're still going to get the kids to come in here and believe in the program. It's University of Michigan. I think if you suspended them from a year or two in the postseason, that's laying the hammer down. But it's crazy that Michigan fans are still up in arms and crying about this. And, I think the other guy, who was it? I think he got what? How many years did he get banned? What was it, 2 or 3 years?
You're talking about Stallions?
Yeah.
He got 8, I believe.
8 years or 8 games?
No, he's already gone. Like he's not even with the team anymore. And it's like 8 years where he can't be hired by another college team.
You're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me this offensive coordinator who worked on the Harbaugh, and you're gonna tell me Harbaugh didn't know anything about this? Listen, the Patriots knew about the Spygate. Okay, they knew about it. The Astros knew about the sign stealing. They all knew about it. Okay, now it wasn't just one person didn't know. No, everybody knew what was going on. You all knew what was going on, and to me, that's the part where I say is disturbing when some people are coming out and saying, "Oh, they didn't know. He didn't know about it." They knew. They knew enough. They knew enough. And Michigan fans are out here whining and complaining about the punishment. The reality is, the reality is this. When I look at the way Michigan is getting this punishment, the fact that they could still make the playoff is pretty. Speedy, I would say that it's kind of a win on their part. Again, it's going to hurt them with recruiting, with the money aspect of it, but they're still going to get the recruits in, right? They're still going to get the kids to come here, and they're going to get, I can't imagine it being that much of a struggle or a stressful situation for them. Just my opinion on it, my take on that with Michigan. I am number 2.
Yeah, I think it's more the timing with the recruiting process and like.
Yeah, but here's the thing. No, I agree too. I agree it's the timing of it, but Speedy, these kids also knew what the situation could be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if there's enough
Yeah.
NIL money, I don't think it'll make a difference. It's just how much
It's
like are
not.
they
Do you think? Now, let me ask you: do you think they should have been banned from the playoff?
I do.
How many years?
I think 2 is fine. I think
That's what I said.
once you get the like new format in place too, maybe that you can justify doing even more because that's why I'm saying at least do the 6 games to make it all right. If you win those games without your coach, maybe you earn it type thing. But yeah, I would have
But the
done
truth
that.
is also Harbaugh doesn't even care because he's getting paid a king's ransom for the Chargers. He don't care. He gets to live in Los Angeles and he's one of the higher paid coaches in the league. What does he care, right? Doesn't matter to him. He won a national championship, and that's why he left. He knew what was coming. It's why Pete Carroll left to go to Seattle. Because do you remember at the time, Speedy, when USC was when Carroll left, USC was a juggernaut when he left, and people were shocked. Oh wow, he's really leaving to go to the Seahawks. And the Seahawks were pretty messy at that time. Remember? And people were wondering why. Why is he taking this job? To me, it refers back to the same situation. It's Harbaugh had a really good thing at Michigan. He went there for college. He won a national championship. Why is he leaving to go coach the Chargers? You know what I'm saying? Why is he going to coach LA? What benefit is that to him? And now we know. The backstory was he knew what was coming. He knew what was happening, and he knew what was going to be drawn up and thrown down to him. That he was going to be screwed. He was going to be. I forget how many years he's banned from college. Not that he's ever going to go back anyway. I don't think he ever is going to go back.
I think his was 10 and Moore's was 3. Or Moore's was 4. I think if
He's never going back to college anyway.
No, there's no reason for Harbaugh to. No.
No. I mean, but again, we all looked at it at the time when we said, why is he taking this Chargers job when he has his dream job at Michigan? That's, But item number 2, the news about Zack Wheeler, the blood clot in his right shoulder. He had the surgery. There is no timetable for his return. I think this hinders the Phillies' World Series chances a lot. Now, look, they have the MVP on their team in Kyle Schwarber, who's going to win the MVP this year, as he should. And the Phillies are going to be paying him. They're going to have to pay him a king's ransom, by the way, to keep him. That's because there's going to be teams that are going to be lining up for him. I'm watching one now that should be all lining up for him. To me, when I look at where this does for the Philadelphia Phillies, now Christopher Sanchez is having a really good season. Jesus Luzardo has done he's trying to turn things around a little bit to a certain extent. It comes down to, the rest of the rotation. Like, are they going to get something out of Aaron Nola? But now they're going to win the division. All right, I think the division's over. They're going to win the NL East. Probably going to get a bye. And we'll see, because last year it hurt them. Remember, against the Mets, the bye hurt them. So how I view where the Philadelphia Phillies are is with this rotation and with the injury to Wheeler. Because again, I don't think he's coming back this year. And somebody even pointed out, I believe it was Steve Phillips, pointed it out. He said this could generally sometimes lead to a it seems like it could lead to a thoracic outlet situation, is what some are saying. Which I'm just like, if it's that, he's done. It's over. Nobody comes back from that. Now, Matt Harvey, Jaime Garcia, when those guys had the injury, they were all-star pitchers. Doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen at all, actually. And Stug asked the question, if the Phillies don't make a deep run to the World Series, do they pony up and make a play for Schwarber? I mean, they're going to have to. They're going to have to, because I look at it as Real Muto's contract ends after next year. I think, how many more years does Castellanos have on his deal?
3. No, I think it's 2 after this year.
2. I mean, I know they're going to have... I feel like they're going to have to, right? Like, because how I view it as the Phillies, in my honest opinion, with the whole situation and the whole thing. I mean, Speedy, you know this. Now, Schwarber's going to be 35. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the biggest issue is what is Schwarber going to ask for on the market? If he wins the MVP and he's just strictly a DH, what does he ask for? Is he going to get 3 years, 4 years? And one, I don't know, 160? Like, is that too much?
That would be a little over 50 a year if you give him 3.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what? That's what I'm saying. Like, is he gonna get? Maybe that's too much. All right. What about 4 years and 130, or 4 and 120? What would be what you would give him? I would do
120. He deserves more than that. I definitely think he
Yeah,
deserves.
but he's gonna
40.
be 35, and he's just a DH though.
I get that. He's a great playoff player though, and like still one of the best on base guys, power hitting guys. So I think he'll still get close to 40. I think 30.
He's 32. I thought he was gonna be 35.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get close to 40 probably.
Oh yeah, Slug was right. No, I thought he was 35. That's you know who I'm thinking? I'm thinking of Wheeler. That's what I'm thinking of Wheeler. Yeah, he's gonna be 30. He's gonna be 32. He's gonna be 33. Who's his agent? Boris isn't his agent, is he? I mean, I just feel like I think for a DH at 32, 33 years old,
just says Excel.
I think 30 is the fair market value for him. Sorry.
It just says Excel Sports Management. It doesn't give a name.
No, but I think 30 is the fair assessment. I can't give him more than that. He's 32. He gives you 3 or 4 at bats a game. I understand he makes a big part in the game from everything that he brings, but I feel like the only big snug. I feel like to me, I always look. There's 2 DHs I think that are game changers in base. 3, because I'll put him on there because he's a Hall of Famer. David Ortiz, obviously 1. Ohtani 2, right?
Of course.
And to be fair, because he is a Hall of Famer, Edgar Martinez. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 I could say. All right. And let's go like it is. Ortiz is the most clutch out of all of them. It's that close. As great as Ohtani is, Ortiz is the most clutch. That's just how I view the whole thing is this. I can't give him more than 30. And between me and you, Speedy, 25 is even a stretch. That's the reality of it. That's what I just said, Snug. Did I not just say that, Speedy? I know. I did literally what I just said.
Nobody's objecting to him being the best.
I mean, you're literally saying what I just said. I said that. But to me, I can't go more than 25, even 30. Oh, I'm not gonna get into this debate, Snug. I can't do this. I can't. Go message Jabba in the mouth. I can't get into this debate.
Well, it looks like Errol is calling the show. I believe that it's him.
What happened?
I think Errol is on the line.
He's not going to be able to really hear me very well, but go on.
Well, first of all, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm listening. I'm listening to Josh, and I guess Ohtani's name is being brought up in the conversation of where we rank Shohei Ohtani. Is that what we're doing?
No. So we're doing greatest DHs of all time, which is
I'm on a
I said
I'm on the treadmill. I'm on the treadmill right now, so I can't hear you as much as I probably can hear Speedy. What's going on here? What's the conversation
Yeah,
here?
Speedy, tell him.
So Snug was commenting on. He's saying Ohtani is still far better than Judge after Josh just put him like third on the list of like impactful DHs. Obviously, David Ortiz and Edgar Martinez.
Yeah, that's all I did.
That's all Josh did.
That's all I did. That's all I did.
So hold on a second. Snug, who has this butt fetish on obviously Shohei Ohtani, he has this love fetish, butt fetish of this man who's cheated, who's been caught cheating or doing something illegal with baseball for the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons. We're going to try to even compare him to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a way better player than Shohei Ohtani is. He's a 5-tool player. We don't even know what Shohei Ohtani is as a pitcher or if he's ever going to be the same pitcher he once was. Now, when he has been on the mound this year, he has thrown over 100. But guess what? He hasn't played a full season as a pitcher. He's not an everyday player. I don't want to hear because he's a DH, he's an everyday player. He's not an everyday player as a DH. And right now, Aaron Judge is an everyday player. He is a DH. He's a bona fide DH until he gets back on the field. To even consider,
Jeff is Jeff is on the line too. Oh god.
To even consider comparing Shohei Ohtani to a guy like Aaron Judge, who all season long before he got hurt was hitting over 350. All season long, where at one point he was leading league in home runs, and he was runs batted in. He was dominating the league. Then he gets hurt. He comes back, and now because of his UCL tear, he's a DH. And over the last 4 or 5 years, who's been better than Aaron Judge? It hasn't been Shohei Ohtani. Just because he's won MVPs, because the league loves him, because he's an international god, does not mean he's better than Aaron Judge. And then again,
I want the disclaimer to be put out there, Speedy. If you could, this was a conversation that we were talking about Kyle Schwarber as a free agent. What did it? Did he hang up?
Hold on, I'm going outside so I can hear what he's saying. I'm on a treadmill.
He was mentioning how he was talking about Kyle Schwarber, and it led to a conversation about Ohtani.
Okay. Whenever you have guys like Java Chamberlain, or you have guys like Snug the Cat, or guys like Jeff that come out and love to mention what Shohei Ohtani is for baseball. Shohei Ohtani's a great player. Nobody's taking away his dominance as a player, as a power hitter coming from Japan. He's probably the best Japanese player coming out of Japan since Ichiro Suzuki. Okay? But when you look at what Shohei Ohtani has done as a player and seeing what he's done off the field, being in the tabloids, being a part of all these mix-up situations that he should not be a part of, and then we're trying to compare him to a guy that right now is, as playing for the New York Yankees. When you talk about Shohei Ohtani, he was an angel practically his whole career. He's been a Dodger for 2 years. He played for a city or a baseball team nobody gave a crap about. And now he's playing for the Dodgers. Yes, he's won a World Series, and yes, he's won a batting title, and yes, he's won a home. He's won MVPs. Great for him. He's sensational. He's a great baseball player. But we're trying to compare him to the greatest of all time, or even compare him to the greatest player in the league right now. I'm sorry, I'm not taking him over a guy that has been quiet. He's been the captain of the New York Yankees, and he's done everything right as a baseball player, and he's gotten better every single year. He has been better every single year. When a guy coming into the league, when he was coming out as 24-year-old, everybody was saying he was never going to hit for average. He was never going to be the player in the outfield, a 5-tool player, and he has done everything. And by the way, if you look at every single statistic in the last 3 years offensively, who has been better than Aaron Judge? So stop this crap. He's not even David Ortiz. He's not Manny Ramirez. He's not any of those guys. Until he does it consistently on a good team, let's not. And by the way, what did he do in the World Series last year? Nothing. Just like Aaron Judge, he did nothing in the World Series. He wasn't Freddie Freeman. He wasn't the MVP of the World Series. Let him do it on the biggest stage. Do it like Derek Jeter did it. Do it like Alex Rodriguez or even Hideki Matsui. has he done it on the big stage in the big moments where you can say, or you can compare him to a David Ortiz or a Manny Ramirez or an Alex Rodriguez, any one of those guys that we mentioned? The answer would be no.
Well, I just wanted to talk about Kyle Schwarber some more. That's all I wanted to do.
Come on. Am I on? Now I have you on my speaker my car, so I can hear everything that you're saying, because obviously you're in a different place, and I can see why people are saying, and I got to figure that out, by the way, on why you can't hear something at that other place.
No, I know. It's usually, so when the phone calls happen, it's been tough to get through. Yeah, I gotta, since, everything, the remote and everything like that, we gotta figure out how to fix that. But Arrow, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. You can listen to Arrow. When is it, Speedy? It was Tuesday and Wednesday this week, wasn't it?
Monday and well, it was Tuesday this week because of Errol was having issue with a power outage here because a transformer blew. But
it's Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays.
Normally we're Mondays.
Stop bringing it up Tuesday. It was Tuesday this week. Why are we bringing it up? It's Mondays and Wednesdays. It was one day, Speedy. When it becomes a consistent basis, then you can freaking spit it out. Why do you have to mention it?
Goodbye, Errol. Have a good one, buddy. Errol Marks, ladies and gentlemen. That was a good phone call. Appreciate him calling in. Jeff could call back. He's just not gonna be able to hear me.
I think we got him.
Okay, he's not gonna be able to hear me, so it's and everything like that. Should we get Errol back on so they could talk more?
Oh no, Jeff's on. Jeff,
Jeff, what's up, Jeff?
This guy is such an idiot. He calls in because he's just angry with himself. Ohtani beat Judge 2 out of 3 seasons for MVP, and this guy's going, Judge is a way better player. No, he's not. First of all, Ohtani is 2 out of 3 times beat Judge head-to-head for MVP. Ohtani has won a World Series. He steals more bases. He hits for a better average. He's hit more home runs. Like, what are we talking about? He doesn't have big toe problems. Oh, my big toe. I can't play all year. My big toe. And then when things are going bad, he lashes out at Speedy because he has a tiny penis.
Okay, that got weird.
What's he yelling at you for? What's he yelling at you for? What's he yelling at you for? Because you said the show was on Tuesday? This guy is an arrogant prick who doesn't know his ass from his elbow out because he has problems.
Oh, wow. I mean, this show really got off the rails, huh, Speedy? I mean, this show took a left turn. I don't know. I wasn't expecting this. How do you come back from this? I don't know. Speedy, any thoughts?
I don't know. I like to on this one.
Did Jeff hang up, or is he still there?
Stick up for yourself. He shouldn't be yelling at you like that because he can't get his show right. He's supposed to be some leader, but all he does is blame other people for his problems. Ohtani's better. He's got a small dick. Good night.
Okay.
Weird.
I told you to do it before he said anything. Speedy, you don't read it. You should have read the comment. Thank you, Jeff, for calling. That was good. Boy, I think we might have to end the show a little early tonight, Speedy. No, we still got some more topics to talk about. Let's take a break, right? Do a quick commercial.
Yeah, that might be a better idea.
Speedy? That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's get a refresher. When we come back, we're gonna get to some NFL conversation. We're gonna get off the DH Schneid, and we're gonna get off that topic because again, I just want to talk about Kyle Schwarber. That's all I wanted to get into, but I guess that's null and void. I can watch Ryan Stanek poop the bed. This is exciting. When we come back, we're gonna get into our NFL hold-ins, hold-outs, which is worse, and then we're gonna finish it up with our get better than that. This is Game On Live on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth partying with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm going to keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Game on! Game on!
We're back. You're listening to Game On with Josh Silverberg and Eric Bowe.
Well, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get the temperature, bring it down a little bit, right, Speedy? What temp to? What'd you say?
A little might be an understatement.
Nah, it's been a very low-key, chill show. Then that moment happened, which is all good. I like that. We always appreciate Arrow and Jeff calling in, of course. And all the fans and listeners out there, you listening and watching Game On the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. All right. So we're going to get to a little bit of the NFL conversation right now. Actually, you know what I have tomorrow, Speedy? I have my draft tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Back-to-back champions. Calling it now.
This is the league with Eric?
Oh, yes, it is. Very much so. Yeah. They're giving 90 seconds per pick. I said 60.
Yeah, I've usually like 60.
I'm usually with the 60. I'm fine with the 60. That's the route I would go. But to me, that. And by the way, it's funny that it's funny that Snug brought up Tottenham. Me being an Arsenal fan, after busy with the recent signing, Arsenal jumped from the top rope and said, "Nah, chickens aren't going to get that guy." We know they're not really chickens, but that's what I like to call them. All right, which holdout, Speedy, in your opinion, do you think is going to have the biggest impact on a team right now? Do you think it is Terry McLaurin, Trey Hendrickson, or is it Micah Parsons?
Trey Hendrickson, for the reason of I think Cincinnati still could be a playoff team if they had like a league average defense, and if they don't.
Did you see their defense the other night?
No, but I'd imagine
it was awful.
Okay, but again, I don't think they're like they lost a lot. I don't think they're necessarily untalented though on defense. Like I think Dallas has a lot to like still have to figure out with Parsons. I think even if Parsons is there, I don't know how good it would be. And Cincinnati's offense still can be good enough where they can like be a playoff team. Like I don't even know if Dallas is a playoff team, so I would.
Yes, Snug. I know he's out. I know he's hurt. The hope is Gyökeres can step up, and the biggest thing is Arsenal doesn't force feed him the ball like they did against Manchester United, who I think is going to finish top 10 this year. Manchester United, I think, will be better this year. But anyway, I'm sorry, Speedy. So you think Trey Hendrickson? You don't think All I have to say is with Parsons, you look at him in every big game, and it's like where and when does he show up? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like where has he been? The Green Bay game, the San Francisco game. They lost. Didn't they lose to? They lost to the Rams in the playoffs one year, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
Like where is he in these big games? That's my biggest thing. I'm not saying I wouldn't take Micah Parsons. My thought process is I view the whole situation as okay. Where do we think, in regards to the odds? I think personally, I think it's Terry McLaurin because the problem is the depth that the Commanders have at wide receiver is it's okay, but it's not ideal, and you want a second-year quarterback in you want a second-year quarterback in Jaden Daniels having all of his weapons. You know what I'm saying? And with the momentum and all the stuff that's coming with them this year, I think is vital for the run that they're having. By the way, what did you think of all the what did you think of the Jets trades that they made yesterday, considering they made a couple of them on the defensive tackle side, especially with Harrison Phillips?
Yeah, Phillips I always liked, and you get a guy that's been pretty
29.
consistent. Yeah, for only a 6th and 7th round pick, you can't go wrong with that. They need to bolster up depth to help out their run defense because their linebackers are good, but the inside run game is kind of suspect, and then their edge guys are, besides Johnson, are smaller. So it's like their run defense, they got to figure out more with coaching, but it's a good start with getting all the depth that they did.
Well, now, I mean, I guess the good thing is now when you look at the defensive line, it's going to be Johnson, McDonald on the edge, and then you'll have Quentin Williams and Harrison Phillips on the inside. So I guess that makes the line better. And also Aaron Glenn letting the players run the practice the other day. Have you ever heard of that before?
Nope. I can't recall.
No, that was a new one. He was the only coach that was there. All the other coaches were inside. So I thought that was fascinating and intriguing. And then you heard the rumors of, I know the 49ers got Sky Moore from the Chiefs, but the Vikings, the Niners, the Jets are looking at wide receivers. And I'm trying to think to myself, all right, which wide receivers are available to even target? Do you wait till after the cuts happen? I mean, like, because I think Minnesota could ask for Adam Thielen back. I think that's right. They could go because Thielen had a nice year with Carolina last year. But then my other question is, does Carolina even want to trade him because of the development of Bryce Young? You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right. By the way, it looks like Errol is in the studio now, and he's ready to do something.
How about this? Jeff? You've got a lot to say and nothing really important.
Put him on camera, Speedy. Put him on camera.
The computer's not on. I mean, if you want to put the computer on, I can put the computer on. Whatever. I
want to
something.
see his beautiful face.
Well, I want to say something. You want to put it on? You can put it on all you want. First of all, just so he knows, Ohtani did not beat Aaron Judge out for 2 MVPs. That's one thing. All right. So what is he talking about? Batting average in the last 3 seasons? Who's had a better batting average? Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge? The answer would be Aaron Judge. Who has a better batting average right now? Aaron Judge. So what the hell is he talking about? Here's what he is talking about, because he thinks that everybody is, including me, is trying to attack people, including Speedy. I was messing around with Speedy. That's so much what Jeff knows. Just like when he calls me up, whenever he has a spare time to talk to me, he wants to attack me or talk about the New York Jets when the Jets have no meaning towards me until the season starts. Okay? Here's the facts, Jack. Whenever you come out, you and Snug want to butt you know what each other, and you want to sit there and open your mouths and say that I am some abusive person on this show to anybody. Well, just come out and say the real truth. You, every time, both of you, every time you look in the mirror, you're ashamed of yourselves. I would be ashamed if I looked like any of you guys. That's for damn sure. And to even compare Shohei Ohtani to Aaron Judge right now just shows you how dumb you really are. All right? That's the facts. I am so tired and so bewildered to listen to these 2 idiots. Every time they speak, they yap, they talk. It makes me sick to my stomach. And then you have Snug the cat over there all over the chat room. Yeah, look at the mirror. That's right, Snug. I mean, I don't know what you look like. If you ever come on the scope, you and Jeff ever come on the scope and actually show your pitiful faces, then we can talk. All right? You got a lot to say, but nothing really good to say about it. And you're going to come out and you're going to attack me because I was messing around with Speedy, as you heard when I hung up the phone laughing and giggling. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the big mouth. I'm the guy.
You're not a bad guy. You're not a bad guy.
I'm sorry. You know, it really makes me sick to my stomach when I sit here and this guy, for a person that has a lot to say to me on a message, he calls me up, he texts me. And listen, I got nothing against Jeff. Really, I really have nothing against Jeff as a person or Snug the cat. But when they're pitiful enough to go on somebody else's show to attack me because they don't have the balls to call my show and they don't have the balls to say what they feel on my show, it shows you how big of a bully they really are. And you're not going to bully me. You're not going to tell me something that I already don't know. So you can say whatever you want, Jeff. You want to sit there and you want to cross out the Yankee sign? Good. I'm glad. You hate the Yankees and you're a Met fan. You're a Pete Alonso fan and you want to butt fuck them. Okay? Sorry, excuse my language. But like that's what he wants to do. He wants the polar bear playing for the Boston Red Sox. Good for you. Okay? And stop saying you're a Jet fan. Stop saying anything. The fact is, everything that comes out of your mouth is just an absolute ridiculous. It's retardo. That's what it is. I made a word. Retardo. That's who Jeff is. Jeff is a retardo. Does that make sense to you, Speedy? I think that makes a lot of sense.
I'm not overanalyzing your made-up word, but...
Retardo.
Call me back. Do you want it?
Put him on.
All right.
Put him on.
All right, Jeff.
This is going to be good.
Buddy, your blood pressure must be through the roof. Are you okay today?
No, actually, I had vertigo last night. I threw up twice on my radio show. I wasn't feeling very good.
I know the vertigo apparently made you fall into a bottle of bleach.
Actually, it made me feel like I ate paint chips.
Well, we've thought that all along listening to your show.
Oh, yeah, okay. Whatever you say, Jeff.
You're the one that said it, and then what are you mad at me because you said something and I agreed? Come on.
I said that it felt like I was
you
eating
eat paint chips.
No, I said I felt like I was eating paint chips. It didn't say I didn't say that I was eating paint chips.
It's kind of the same thing.
No, it's not. Feeling like it and doing it are two different things.
Well, it seems like you've been eating them.
What this isn't my show, so go ahead.
Buddy, you're hurt because Ohtani keeps beating Judge for MVPs just because he does more. He pitches. He steals 1 trillion more bases. The average thing keeps flip-flopping back and forth between them. Judge is having a great year this year. Ohtani's having a down year. That's fair. But there's been other years where Ohtani's had a better batting average. You think it's like so one-sided, and it's not, because you're so in love with Aaron Judge. You can't, like, you're trying to, like, there has been previous arguments made by you that Ohtani shouldn't win the MVP because you should look at Ohtani the pitcher and Ohtani the hitter as if they're two different people, and they're not. It's the same person.
By the way, if this is a down year for Ohtani, that's impressive. 44 home runs, 285 batting average. I take that in a second. But go on, Jeff.
Go ahead. I'm still waiting. Go ahead. Keep speaking.
Oh, I thought Josh was speaking. I'm sorry.
No,
yeah.
All he said was this being a down year for Ohtani is still showing how great he is.
Right, but that's the whole thing, right? Like, that's what it is. You're trying to, like, say that him as a pitcher and him as a hitter should be two different people, and it's not. That's not how it works. It's the same guy. Shohei Ohtani is a more valuable player. Maybe you want to just change the award to who Earl likes best, right? Like, maybe that's what I like Judge better. Oh, like, you once tried to tell me that Judge steals far more bases. Dude, I think the most stolen bases he's ever had in a season is like 16. Otherwise, he steals like 5 or 6 a year, and Ohtani is still out there stealing 30 bases a year. That's added value that you ignore because then you'll just say, but stolen bases don't matter. Yeah, they do matter.
If you look at Aaron Judge's numbers as an offensive player in his career, statistically straight down the middle, and compare it to Shohei Ohtani, it's not even comparable. It's not even
stolen
comparable.
Stolen bases
That's
an
the
offensive
only
stat?
thing. That is the only thing.
How about home runs? Who's hit more home runs in their career? Since Ohtani's come into the league, who's hit more home runs?
Aaron Judge has more home runs.
By how many? Like 5?
Aaron Judge has 355 home runs to Shohei Ohtani's 260. And by the way, who's hit more home runs in such a short time than anybody but Aaron Judge? Nobody. He has done it faster than anybody in Major League history. You're
talking about Ohtani having a down year batting average wise. I think Ohtani has more home runs this year, doesn't he?
That's because Aaron Judge was out a significant amount of time and he's not healthy. And he's still playing.
He missed 10 days.
He's not healthy. He's not healthy.
Dude, Ohtani was hitting bombs when he had the same injury as Aaron Judge. He played all of last year doing it. And I never once heard you yelling about Ohtani's not healthy. Ohtani's not healthy. You're trying to skew the argument to Aaron Judge's favor.
Aaron Judge has 65 less at-bats than Shohei Ohtani. That's a lot. That's a lot. What are you talking about? That is a lot. So you're going to sit here and tell me all this and go back and forth.
I don't know how many.
I'm looking at it right now.
How many games did he miss when he was out? When he was on the 10-day IL or whatever? Is that like 6 games, 7 games?
I'm just looking at bats. Shohei Ohtani has 485 at bats to Aaron Judge 421.
Right, but like that's the funny thing is he missed 10 days. Big deal.
At bats, he has 44 home runs to Aaron Judge's 40, and Aaron Judge has been at the plate 65 less times. You're going to tell me Shohei Ohtani's better? Get out of here.
Who has struck out more?
What are you talking about?
Who has struck out? I don't know how else to say that other than bluntly again. Who has struck out more? That's what
I'm not looking at that right now. I'm looking at straight.
Right, of course, because you can't see who's a detriment to his team too.
A detriment to his team. Are you going to tell me that Aaron Judge is a detriment?
Striking out is a detriment to your team.
Oh, stop!
If you can't put the ball in play, striking out is a detriment to your team.
You're on drugs, man. You really are.
All of a sudden, striking out's a good thing. Now, that's what it is. Judge's numbers are so good, he strikes out so much more than Ohtani. That is such a good thing. I love those offensive numbers. Strikeouts are awesome.
You really are insane. You know that, right?
It was just a question, and you went, what are you talking about?
All right. Yeah. Do you know who struck out more? Shohei Ohtani, 151 to Aaron Judge, 132. So Shohei Ohtani has struck out more. He struck out more.
Who has more strikeouts?
Okay, let me see. Aaron Judge in his career, 1,341.
No. Who has more strikeouts? I bet Judge hasn't thrown a single inning, right? He's probably got 0 strikeouts. How many strikeouts has Ohtani?
Ohtani hasn't pitched until this year for almost 2 years. 2 freaking years.
And he still has more strikeouts than Judge does.
If you're going to tell me right now, I'm taking the everyday player that's playing right field and he's a bona fide shutdown right fielder. By the way, only had 1 error last year playing center field out of position when he was out of position.
When he was out of position. I remember him making a huge play in center field in the World Series when he was in position, right?
Jeff, I straight up told you who struck out more this year. I told you Shohei Ohtani. Now you're arguing there.
No.
At bats, 60 some odd times more at bats than Aaron Judge. He only has 4 more home runs than Aaron Judge.
Right, but those 60 at bats are only the days that he missed. That's it. He was out for 10 days. Big deal.
Aaron Judge has a way better batting average right now. And in his career, who has a better batting average in their career? Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Who has a better batting average?
But there's been years where Ohtani has had a much better batting average. If you go back 2 years ago, I think Judge batted like 265 or 267 or something like that, and Ohtani was at like 310. Right? So the things go back and forth. They flip back and forth. And you're like, Aaron Judge is so much better.
Aaron Judge
He's not. They're just as good.
Aaron Judge has played 9 full MLB seasons. And Shohei Ohtani 8. If you look at their statistics straight down, Aaron Judge's statistics are way better than Shohei Ohtani. It's not even close.
I'm sure.
It's not
Well,
even close.
you're
It's not even
pitching about
close.
60.
It's not
You're
even
pitching
close.
about 60 at bats, but then you're trying to credit Judge for having a whole full season ahead of Ohtani. That's what you just did. Oh, Judge has played 9 seasons, Ohtani's played 8, so let's compare the numbers like they're equal, and they're not.
First, you're right. Being that Aaron Judge has had more at-bats and has a better batting average just tells you that Aaron Judge is a better hitter than Shohei Ohtani. You're absolutely right.
That's also not true.
Right.
That's also not necessarily true because historically, Ohtani has had no protection in the lineup. Mike Trout's missed all the games, and Aaron Judge has had a ton of protection in his lineup.
That's the excuse now. Now we're going for protection.
No, but that also matters, doesn't it?
We're always trying to find ways to kind of flip it and dish it. I just told you right now that Aaron Judge straight down.
Aaron Judge has had a better season this year, but it doesn't change the fact that Ohtani body bagged him 2 out of 3 years for the MVP.
No, he didn't.
And you're like,
no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Who won the last? When they were in the American
He
League?
was robbed. He was robbed. One year. He was robbed. He wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't robbed by the Mr. Shrimpster over there in Houston. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Go compare their numbers.
By what? By what in Houston?
Mr. Shrimpster. That's what I call him.
Who is that? What are you talking about?
All right, we're gonna put a pin on this. It is time.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna put a pin on this.
Ohtani body bagged him 2 out of 3 years, and then you're like, that's because the league loves him. When the league doesn't vote for MVP, the writers
body bag him for 2 out of the 3.
And the league doesn't vote for MVP. The writers do.
I told you.
The
all right.
writers do.
Thank you, Jeff. We love you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
I want to say something. I came up with numbers. I brought up the numbers, compared Aaron Judge's numbers in his career to Shohei Ohtani, which, by the way, are so much better than Shohei Ohtani. And he's going to come up, 2 out of the 3 times winning MVP. Dude, they're not even comparable.
Well,
I
was going to say, I don't know if Snug's going to like this either. Snug's going to, but my dad said that Judge is better than Ohtani.
Yes.
So we'll see if we'll see if Snug likes that. I don't know.
He's absolutely
he thinks Judge is better than Ohtani.
Here's what we do. We look at
I'm waiting for you to say the word. It's deplorable that we're having this conversation.
No, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm doing right now is everybody wants to look at baseball, and baseball is based on statistics, right? We're talking about WAR, we're talking about all that stuff. And I'm not taking away Shohei Ohtani as a pitcher. And that's sensational. The last guy to do that, and that's why we're trying to compare the Gremlin to Deion Sanders. That's what we're trying to do.
Actually, did you see the news about the Gremlin? Did you see the news about him? He's already hurt. He's hurt.
Good. I already told people he's going to be a waste of space, and he's just an absolute. Honestly, I'm going to say this: he's an absolute blowjob. Okay, that's what he is. That's what he is. He is an absolute BJ. That's what he is. But what I'm going to say before I go, and I want to apologize for jumping on the show. And listen, I love Jeff. I have a lot of respect for Jeff. His knowledge and everybody's knowledge that watches this show and all our shows, I appreciate everybody that watches our shows. But to come outside the box and go at and say that Shohei Ohtani is a better player than Aaron Judge, and then you go on these rants that make no sense, go compare their numbers. 8 years and Aaron Judge has played 10 years, but his first year, he didn't play a full season. It was his second year. So 2017. So he's played 9 years of professional baseball. If you compare 9 to 8 and you compare their numbers, they're not even comparable. Enough said. Game over. Peace to the Middle East. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Arrow Marks. Well, we would get to a "you're better than that" segment, but honestly, I don't think there's even a necessary reason to. Right, Speedy? I think that pretty much sealed everything. I think we should just end the show like that. Eric will be back next weekend. I mean, I guess my "you're better than that" would have to be with the Dallas Cowboys and everything going on with the Micah Parsons thing, where Jerry Jones had an agreement to Micah Parsons, and Parsons' agent then basically told him, in Jerry Jones's word, to go stick it up his you-know-what. So everybody from Micah Parsons to the Dallas Cowboys, you're better than that, but sometimes I wonder. Check us out at worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, John and Matt on TikTok. Mondays and Wednesdays is their show. All that and so much more. Thank you to Snug for calling in. Thank you to Arrow for hopping on as well. Speedy, always a pleasure. Eric will be back. And Jeff for calling in too. Eric will be back next week. We will get into more topics. That and so much more. We will talk to you next week, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your sports. We'll see you next Thursday. This has been Game On Live for Josh Silverberg. Of course, Eric Bowe, Speedy Petey. We'll talk to you next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.